What's going on? Mitch here from the OmniBuddy channel, bringing you an overview of a new old book. Well, it's a new edition of a book that's actually relatively new. We're looking at the director's cut of the Last Ronin deluxe hardcover. All right, so this is the Last Ronin Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT. This is the director's cut, which is an expanded edition of the regular Last Ronin hardcover. I'll kind of compare them a little bit so that you can, see a little bit of a difference. But this has a ton more stuff in it. It's not necessarily like more like story content, but if you love TMNT and you love this story, especially as much as I did, this is definitely a deluxe that, especially if you don't have it already, a deluxe that you're going to want to pick up over the other one. Why? Because it's got a ton of extras in it, a ton more extras in there. So let's check it out. All right, so here we have the Last Ronin director's cut. I'm not going to talk too thoroughly in depth about the story here. I have a full overview of the original Last Ronin, boom, right here. So I will link it in the description at the end of this video too if you want to see that. I will talk a little bit about the story, probably more than I expect to because I can never shut up. But here, real quick, so we'll get a spine shot here so you can see this one does have actually a lot of extra content in there. It's about, you can see that blue stripe in there. That's about the extent of the extras in there. So it's almost a third of the book, maybe a third of the book. Yeah, but there are a ton of extras in here. So here's the backs of both. Got really nice, not foil, spot UV, that's what it's called. Losing my words, it's been a long day. But each has that nice spot UV treatment of the Last Ronin. This one's very much got that sketch look to it. This one, the original, retails for $29.99 USD, and then the director's cut retails for $49.99 USD. So you're paying extra 20 bucks for about a third more book, not story, but extra development stuff happening in the back. So I believe most of this stuff is all these pages. There's only a few pages, maybe 10 pages of extras in the original Last Ronin. So that's about that. And then this is all new stuff in here. So let's talk a little bit about the story first. Let's kick it open here. So it's by Eastman, Laird, and Waltz. And you got Escorza, Bishop on inks, Eastman on inks too. Yeah, so you got Delgado and Lee on colors and letters. Yeah, so a lot of great stuff from IDW in here. You got the Tom Waltz kind of introduction, and then it kicks right into the Last Ronin. So the Last Ronin is all about the last turtle is alive. The other three brothers are dead, and you find out what happens with Splinter and April and Casey and all of them. And you do find out who the Last Ronin is. I'll talk about this more, but I really wish that they didn't tell us who. From a personal standpoint on the story, I think it would have been really cool to leave it ambiguous and not give us that and let us all discuss it. So you're basically getting a futuristic version of a rough, grizzled, getting too old for this Ninja Turtle who is, war-torn and suffering, obviously, from a lot of PTSD and trauma and dealing with his own inner demons of what happened. And now he's got to deal with the fallout of everything happening now and the Foot Clan and what's happening. And he's got to try and get the old gang, what's left of them, back together and take down the new clan and who they are. And I think it is really cool how they flash back. When they flash back, it goes to these old school, the kind of the original art style by Eastman and Laird. Really cool stuff to see that and how they go through and figure out, like, explain the backstory and all of that, and dealing with flashbacks and just everything that happened. Super cool stuff. Obviously, the color and the art in this book are just phenomenal. It's got a really nice eye hole going on, so it's got that nice sewn binding. So it definitely gets really, I mean, this is about the middle of the book and it lays like completely flat. So show that again, really nice binding on this. So paper quality is great. You're not really seeing through anything. It's not ultra thin. Love this. You got some like really cool, like Matias Santaloco, Secret History of the Foot Clan look going on right here, where it very much looks kind of just like that. I mean, they jump from art styles for flashbacks and things. Such a cool way of doing it and showing it off. The book, the build, all of that. So, all right, let's get done with the story. Let's show you, we got some really cool cover art gallery here, and a lot of even the extras from the director's cut is cover art stuff too, but you got a lot of development original story notes in here, which is very cool to see. Just all marked up and crazy and fun. Yeah, really cool stuff to see all those story notes and original sketches, and you got breakdown of the gear and pieces and things, and April, and yeah, so really cool stuff. And then you got the futuristic stuff going on, and the back story, character art, and just really fun, really cool stuff with side notes and look at the numbness timelines and figure, so really cool stuff to see exactly what they were thinking while they were making this book and writing the story down and getting the story out. And yeah, and then you got some like cool set pieces and maps, and so you can see how New York's laid out a little bit and all that cool stuff. So it's got a lot of really cool extras in here. So if you're flashback location, so if you're really interested in the making of this book, this is definitely the one to pick up over the regular deluxe edition. This one has a lot more content on how this whole book came together. And then you got the cover concept sketches. So a few sketches from the cover art, and then that is it. So that's what you're getting between the two. This one, I'll show you real quick. Let's see, and a little afterward, and then here's you're just getting some cover art, probably maybe 10 pages, like I said, of the cover art in here, and then that's it. So those are your two choices if you're going to pick up one of the Last Ronin Deluxe oversized hardcovers. All right, so that was a quick overview comparison of the Last Ronin director's cut versus the regular oversized hardcover. Obviously, there's a price difference between the two, so if you really love TMNT, I would highly recommend upgrading to this. If you're just wanting to check out the story, not too much interested in any of the extras in there, sure, pick up the regular deluxe hardcover. But those are kind of the differences between the two. And you know what? This story, so freaking awesome. I have a full overview of the story on my channel. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. But you gotta give you a little bit of the story too here so that you can get a little bit of an idea without having to go jump to that video too. But definitely one of probably the coolest TMNT stories out there. I think I am a huge fan of the IDW TMNT series. Full disclosure, I'm not fully caught up. I have all the hardcovers here up through whatever it is now, 14 or 15, but I haven't read the last few of them. Got to catch up. But you know what? Especially the first, 4 or 5 deluxe hardcovers of that series. Wow, So good. And honestly, one of my absolute favorite artists, Matthias Santaloco, he's on there. He does a ton of the cover art, a bunch of the work on these. So cool. Bishop does crazy good art too. Man, just it's just an insane amount of talent on these books. Eastman really brings it. Just I've always wanted that story. They've always kind of teased that story. People have brought up, what would happen with the last turtle, and they just knocked it out of the park when they finally decided to do this series. My only qualm with this story, really, and I was just talking about this on Facebook on one of the TMNT fan pages, was that they revealed who the Last Ronin is, and I think it would be so cool if they never revealed who it was. And I'm not going to say who it was in this video because I hate spoilers, and they do reveal it in the book, and honestly you've probably seen it spoiled around because people spoil stuff all the time. But if you haven't, go in blind, don't read about it. It's just crazy what happens if all the other brothers have died and it's just the one Ninja Turtle left, who it is. I think it would have been so cool to have, just left it ambiguous, maybe some hints here or there, leading one way or the other, and let people have that discussion and debate on who that final turtle was, who the Ronin is. That would have been awesome. I'm really excited for more of the Lost Years with the Last Ronin. That looks so cool too. I know it's been coming out. I'm just waiting for that collected edition, which should be hitting pretty soon, I think. So anyways, that's it. Definitely check out this series, whether you're going to pick up the director's cut or you're going to pick up the regular oversized hardcover. Either one is completely worth it. Super cool story. I think you don't need any of the prior history. Knowing some of the characters is great. Karai, who she is, the granddaughter of Shredder. There. Now you know. That's all you need to know. Karai is the granddaughter of Shredder, and she's a BA ninja in the Foot Clan and leader. There. Now you know, and now you're set up for the Last Ronin. But that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, do all those things, but the most important thing to do is comment. Let me know in the comments let's debate it, let's go there. Who's your favorite turtle? Obviously it's Venus from Next Mutation because she is the absolute best. Prove me wrong in the comments. All right, that's it. Stay cool.